Natasha.
Debbie,
Show.
the show.
Welcome to it. Just two patriotic girls.
Learning about the world.
So please, don't take us the wrong way.
Hello, welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
You always
I
say
know
it.
we're waiting on each other to start talking first.
You always say that. She always says it. You guys know
I
that.
usually do.
Hello, Deutschland. We are here, and hopefully you are too. And if you are, please hit the like button.
And also consider subscribing. It's completely free.
So today, we are doing a second video from Feely from Germany. And if you don't know by now, we're in Cincinnati, Ohio. She too
The same city.
is in Cincinnati. And we did email her like a year and a half ago at this point now. Never heard from her. Trying to get a hold of her. Trying to see if we can do something together. So once again, Feely.
If this reaches you, Feely, please reach out to us.
Yes, or maybe we'll just get lucky and run into you somewhere.
That would be nice.
So what is this one? We did the last one we did was really cool. It was about words, and we're sticking with the same category because
Mhm.
these are always fun to learn.
It is. So today we're going to take a look at 20 German words Americans use all the time in their real meaning.
Is it just Americans? There's other people that speak English. Is it just us?
True.
I'm just wondering. British friends, I'm looking at you. So yeah, I don't know what these words are.
It's going to be great to learn more about this.
We use
and
them all the time.
I know.
I can't think of one word we use that's German off the top of my head. So
I can only think of brands that we use.
yeah, exactly.
And we pronounce those wrong.
Correct. I'm not going to say any of them, even though we did that's the other video we did of hers. So without any further ado, it's finally time to find out what are these words, these mysterious German words, in their real meanings? So we have them wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently.
Time to look stupid.
You have definitely used these words before in English, maybe even on a daily basis, but did you know that they're actually German?
Probably not.
It's our city. I mean, what you can see of it.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I have been living in Cincinnati, Ohio, off and on since 2016. So a few
it's an
weeks
awesome
ago,
city.
I made a video about 20 English words that we use in German, and a lot of them actually have a completely different meaning in German than they do
watch
in
that.
English, like old-timer, just to give one example, which refers to an old person in English, but to German speakers, an old-timer is a vintage car. Check out the video to
Well, it could mean kind of both here, but you
Mhm.
wouldn't really say that. I
No,
could
it's more of
see
a
that.
person, yeah.
Interesting. Didn't know.
find out about the other 19 English words that we use differently in German.
interested in
But
that.
today I'll talk about the opposite, basically. So about German words that are used
What are they?
in
What are they?
English.
Do you know
There
any
are-
that it could be?
I
No?
can't think of anything right
I know,
now.
I can't either.
Aren't nearly as many German words in English as there are English words in German, but there are actually more than you would think. And a lot
Okay.
of them are words that people use all the time, but they don't really know that it's a German word. And even I wasn't really aware of how many German words are used in English. So for me, it was super surprising every time I first heard someone use one of those words. Like, they're just saying something in English, and suddenly I'm like, Wait, what? You just spoke German? So for today's
Really?
video, I made a list of 20 German
We
words
do
that
that?
are used in English.
Apparently we do.
And
We
I
speak
just
German
picked the
sometimes?
ones that are either used a lot
We're smart.
or that I just thought were funny or interesting. Let's start with one of the most known ones,
cool.
and that is kindergarten.
Did you know that?
I had no clue that that was actually a German word,
Garden.
but it does make sense.
Spelled like beer garden.
Garten.
Kinder Bueno.
Yeah,
Kinder.
yeah.
That's Italian though. I'm so confused.
I don't know.
But kinder.
Hopefully she'll explain
Kinder
more
means
about that.
kid, doesn't it? Isn't that what everybody told us?
I thought so.
Kid garden. It's a garden of kids.
We're gonna grow your kids.
But that's a
Kindergarten.
T, not a D though. So kindergarten's freaking German. I'm sorry. Okay, back to the video.
We're probably going
Sorry.
to do that on all of these.
My mind's blown.
In German, we pronounce it Kindergarten, and it literally means children's garden. And even though the word is used in a very similar way in the two languages, it's not 100% the same. In Germany,
What do we do to it?
kindergarten isn't part of the school system, but it's more like a daycare. Kids can go there
Okay.
from the age of 3 up until they start first grade, but it's not mandatory for parents to send their kids to
Interesting.
kindergarten, and there's
Nice.
no mandatory curriculum either. Some kids may practice math and writing in kindergarten, but it's not a class setting, and the focus is usually more on playing and activities like doing crafts,
Well, that's what we did in kindergarten.
singing together, going on field trips and those kind of
We did
things.
that.
While in the US, kindergarten is the year before first grade and it's part of the school system.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's also called K to 12, kindergarten to 12th grade.
Did you learn
so
something?
the kindergartens usually
you
belong
pregnant?
to a school and are a little more focused on academics. So same words but
They
different
are now.
meaning in Germany and the US.
I just realized I was in school for 13 years. I thought I was 12. I'm serious. I totally just realized this. 13 years.
13 years. Yep.
You can tell I learned
You
so
did.
much too, can't you?
Did you go to preschool?
No. I
Okay.
wasn't smart enough for that. No, it wasn't that. We didn't have the money for preschool.
Kindergarten used to be fun.
It
Like,
was awesome. We had drinks and snack time
Mhm.
and nap time.
and now it's all you
Serious.
gotta start learning. You got to get your kid ahead of everybody else.
Clearly, it would have helped. It benefited me.
I think it's better to have fun.
Agreed.
And what I find funny is that the German concept of kindergarten is what Americans also call preschool
Preschool.
sometimes, while Vorschule, the literal translation
Vorschule.
for preschool in German,
Sorry.
basically stands for the American
Vorschule.
concept of kindergarten. So it's somewhat
Trying.
switched. Some German kindergartens do offer a Vorschule the year before first
Vorschule.
grade to prepare the kids a little academically.
You're trying.
I actually had
Gesundheit. Gesundheit. I don't say that
Yes.
though. I say bless you.
Heard that a million times in my life.
That's German. What's that mean then? I never actually knew what it meant. Just like, I don't know.
I was just like something you said after somebody sneezed.
Yeah, it's just what you say after someone sneezes. But I typically say bless you.
I did know it was a German word because my German side of the family always said that, but I just never like.
I never even seen it spelled. It took me a minute to go, what is that? We don't say that. Then I'm like, oh. Okay, this will be interesting to find out what it actually means.
no clue that Americans used this German word before I came here. And
Really?
the
That's
first
funny.
time I heard it, it sounded so funny to me. Gesundheit is what we say for bless
Gesundheit.
you in German, and Americans seem to use it that way too.
That means
Especially
bless
among
you?
younger people, I found that they usually use it in a more funny way, but it can also be just used with a normal tone. The word itself actually just means health in German. So whenever someone sneezes, we wish them health.
That's what we're saying. Kaput.
Just like
Kaput.
Gesundheit.
Kaput.
Kapui. No, kaput.
That's Debbie's way of making it fun. Kaput.
We do say that.
I don't know anyone that says that now. I think my grandparents said that, but I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that uses it now, though.
My car went kaput.
Who says that now?
Some people do.
Who? Give me their names and numbers so I can go, what are you doing? You agree, though, don't you think that's more of an older person?
It is older, but in
Yeah.
some situations,
Kaput.
kaput would
Like
still
more
be
of a, as a,
used.
like a little jokey word.
Yeah.
It went boom boom. It went, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
What's it
didn't
mean,
know
though?
that this word was used in English before I moved
didn't know it
to
was
the
German.
US. We spell it with 2 T's in Germany, but we pronounce it the same way,
Kaput?
kaput. And it basically
I could say
has
German.
the same meaning in both languages. It means broken, damaged, or destroyed, as in my phone is kaputt, mein Handy ist kaputt. Or it can also mean
Handy.
exhausted, as in I went hiking for 8 hours today and I'm so kaputt.
We've never
ich
used
bin
it that
heute
way.
8 Stunden gewandert, ich bin total kaputt. And just like in German,
Hold
so kaputt. Ich bin heute 8 Stunden gewandert, ich bin total.
Ich bin heute 8 Stunden. Was that going well? How was I doing
I
so
think you
far?
should-
I couldn't remember it. Oh man, I want to learn German bad because apparently I already know it. Kaput, Gesundheit, kindergarten. Hey. Hold on, I'm gonna try this again. Rate me, please. Unless it's bad, then do not rate it. You heard none of this.
For 8 hours today and I'm so kaputt. Ich bin heute 8 Stunden gewandert, ich bin total kaputt. And just like in German, where
sorry.
we say etwas geht kaputt, you also
Hold on,
say
what?
total kaputt. And just like in German, where we say etwas geht kaputt,
Etwas
you
geht
also
kaputt.
say something goes kaputt in English.
Okay.
That's German
Another
too.
one which I
This is Fun. I love her. Sorry, I'm really excited about this. Doppelganger is a
I
German
know.
word? Didn't know that. I actually thought it was Swedish.
Did you?
Well, it's got the little dot thingies. I know other countries use that too, but doppelganger. It just
Yeah, I
sounds
wouldn't
Swedish.
against German, of course, but
Doppelganger.
hey, one more word we know. By the end of this video, we
I'm
can
gonna-
see what sentence Natasha comes
No,
up with.
there is no sentence with these words.
Out of all the words that we
No.
already use.
Gesundheit, Debbie.
I love hearing in English is doppelganger, especially because it seems kind of funny to me that you would use a rather long German word that even has an umlaut. I mean, okay, in English
that's what the
it's
thingies
usually
are.
written with just
Umlaut.
an A, but
Umlaut.
people could also just say look-alike or double in English. Why use doppelganger?
'Cause it's
anyway,
fun.
I think it's fun, and I think
Exactly.
I first found out about this when I watched the American show
How I Met Your Mother.
Your Mother in English as a
absolutely.
teenager, because that's like a whole theme on that show to find all the main characters' doppelgangers.
Stein. Stein.
This one I just
know that
recently
one.
used
Ah,
in
we
my
knew that
video
one.
on alcohol culture in Germany and the US. And I have to say that it still feels kind of weird to me every time I use this word in English, or even when I just hear it, because
Why?
it actually has a completely different meaning in German.
Yeah.
Bierstein, or just Stein in English, refers to a beer mug, traditionally made out of stoneware, but it can also refer to the more modern glass mugs, while in German, Stein means
Stein.
stone, and the beer mug is called Bierkrug. Some of my German
Bierkrug.
viewers actually commented on my alcohol video and told me that in some parts of Rheinland-Pfalz, in the western part of Germany, people also use the word Stein when they refer to a liter
Really?
of something. So they would say, ein Stein Bier bitte, 1 liter
Stein
of beer please.
Bier bitte.
It seems to be a regional
I need
thing,
to stop.
though.
I sound like an
have
idiot.
never heard
Sorry.
Oh, you're trying.
I sound so stupid trying to say German words.
I think good for you for your actually trying. I'm not even trying it over here.
I shouldn't be trying. I'm butchering this.
You
about
should
this
be trying.
before, and I'm curious if there
Sorry.
is any connection to the English use of the word, but I couldn't really find anything about this, so let me know if you know more about it.
I honestly think that we just take the word and think it's what it we think it meant that. You know, it meant a mug essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to be, I don't know, we're just,
We're trying to be cool, but we're not.
what is this word? Spiel?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
I'm gonna have to hear this one. Spiel?
The next
Give me
one
your spiel.
is Spiel, and even though this has a different
Okay.
meaning than the word does in German, I really like the English meaning because we don't really have a German equivalent for it. In English,
Really?
Spiel is a kind
Yeah.
of speech.
Give me your spiel.
Especially one that is long and spoken quickly and is intended to persuade the person listening about something.
That's totally me.
So this is often used in sales situations, and for example, you could say something like, oh, they gave me the whole spiel about why their university is the best in the country. In German, Spiel, capitalized,
Oh.
simply means game, and Spielen
Or use
means
it wrong.
to play.
That is
Americans, you're
completely
using it wrong.
That is completely. How did we put that together?
Look at the next word.
Stool. I wonder which type of stool.
I was thinking the same thing. Actually, my brain went to the wrong one.
No.
The back one. Not the one you sit on, but the thing that, oh, stop, Natasha.
This one is not exactly a loan word from the German language, but it does have Germanic origins, and I included it in this list because I personally think that it sounds exactly like the German word Stuhl, but it's actually a
I can't say
so-called
Stuhl.
false friend because it has a different
Stuhl.
meaning in the two languages. Stuhl in German is
Stuhl.
a chair, while stool in English is what we call Hocker in German. Kind of
Hocker.
similar,
Okay.
but not quite the
I can't
same
do that.
thing.
I have too much of a strong R. Dachshund!
Dachshund. When Americans first used this word with me, I had no clue what they were talking about
Wiener
because
dog.
I wasn't familiar with the word.
Get it?
And I also
Dachshund, wiener dog, wieners, sausages, Germany. Hey, they don't know what we're doing.
Oh.
They don't know what we're
I
doing.
know.
That looks bad. It's a long story. Get it? Dachshunds are also wiener dogs.
Mhm.
Wieners, sausages,
Yeah.
sausages, Germany.
Natasha has found the origin.
couldn't tell that it was supposed to be a German word with the English pronunciation.
Oh, we pronounce
but
it wrong.
now I know that Dachshund can
Dachshund.
be used in German as well, but it's actually more common to call the dogs Dackel in German. Literally, this compound word consists of Dachs,
Dackel.
badger, and Hund, dog. a badger dog, basically. And this
Badger
is because
dog.
the dogs were traditionally
Wiener
supposed
dogs.
to crawl into burrows and look for badgers.
I like mine better. Come on!
English, this can
Come on!
Of course.
That couldn't have went better.
I know.
I told you.
She's smart to put them together that way.
Oh, I'm like proud of myself right now.
also be used to describe a
Wiener.
Dachshund,
Wiener.
wiener dog, but it can also
See, I
refer
just
to
said that.
just a wiener sausage, or it's also often used instead of penis. In
Exactly.
German, we say
Feely. So a lot of our friends in Germany that have been watching our videos don't get why you and I are, especially me, let's be honest, me, laughing at the whole sausage thing because of what she just said, that word, the P word. I'm not saying that on here. Penis. Sorry.
or it's also often used instead of penis.
I just want to hear
In
say it
German,
again.
we say Wiener. The German W
Wiener.
is pronounced like an English V.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
and
that.
it usually refers to
Wiener.
the sausage. Wiener Würstchen would be the long version.
Wiener Würstchen.
It can also refer to a Wiener Schnitzel, which
I
is
love
also
it.
something to
Wiener
eat.
Schnitzel.
Or it can simply be used for a person from the Austrian city of Vienna, which is Wien in German.
Wien.
Wanderlust. This is
German-
kind of an
that makes sense.
old-fashioned German word that we pronounce Wanderlust, and
Well, we
it's
pronounce it
literally the
differently.
desire to wander. So it means you want to travel. The word was
Mm-hmm.
used a lot in the literature of the Romantic era, but you can also call this Reiselust or Fernweh in German, which the last
Fernweh.
one is also
No,
an
I'm saying it
interesting
wrong.
word because it's kind of like the opposite of Heimweh, which is homesickness. So Fernweh
Heimweh.
pretty much means far sickness.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Angst is a German word?
This one is very
I used to go to a coffee place.
You did?
Yeah, I met your friend there when I was in high school, called Angst.
Yep.
I have so much teenage angst. And when I was a teenager, so I had angst, and that was a good name for the coffee place.
And it made sense to add caffeine to that.
All the cool kids went there. I'm sorry.
similar to the German one, but it's not 100% the same. Angst, capitalized in German and with the German A, basically just means fear. And angst in English is also related to fear, but it describes a broader feeling of anxiety and apprehension. It's often used in connection with teenagers. Teenage angst is what a lot of young people experience throughout puberty, and you can also say you're feeling angsty in English.
I think I'm still
in
going
English,
through puberty
it describes
then.
more of a
Angsty.
general feeling, whereas in German, Angst haben means to be scared of something, and that's usually something
Angst
a little
haben.
more specific, like you're scared of the spider. The English meaning of angst doesn't have a good translation in German, but it could be translated with something like Existenzangst or innere Unruhe or Angstzustände.
Angstzustände. Kitsch.
Kitsch is a concept that's really hard to
Kitsch.
explain actually, but according to the
That's kitsch.
dictionary, it describes art, decorative objects, or design considered by many people to be ugly, without style,
Or
or
kitschy.
false, but enjoyed by many
yeah.
other people, often because they are funny. So you could say, his home is full of 1950s kitsch. It means the same thing in German and in English, and it's also
Oh.
pronounced the same.
Oh.
There's also the
Yay.
English adjective kitschy, which is kitschig in German.
Blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg.
I knew that. I
This
knew
is a
that.
military term, and
I knew one on this list. I think it was the
I
second
didn't
one.
know this one.
Oh, come on. You know that was German?
No.
Okay. I'm actually shocked by this.
I don't think I've used this word. Have
Well, no,
I?
you wouldn't know.
Okay.
Like she said, here.
and
You'll find out
describes
why.
a strategy of warfare that includes short and fast attacks. The term is often
Well, if you
used.
shorten it, then yeah.
I mean, I'm really glad to hear that you don't have I used this word, she says. I'm glad my wife has not used the word blitzkrieg.
Well, I would use the shortened version, Blitz.
Yeah.
Right?
In connection with World War II, but it actually had been used way before that. We pronounce it
I get it.
Blitzkrieg in German, and it literally
Blitzkrieg.
translates to lightning war because Blitz is
I didn't know
lightning
that.
and Krieg is war. It's used the
I
same
didn't
way
know
in
that.
both languages, and they even adapted the word Blitz as a tactic in American football.
Oh, yeah. That's where we got that from.
This seems to be a very popular word in
It is? I don't know this
It is
word.
not familiar to me.
Until she says it, I don't know it. I mean, I don't know if I'll know it when she says it. That does not look familiar.
the US. I've been asked about this so many
What is it?
times. And what makes it so special is that this
Schadenfreude?
concept doesn't even really exist in the English language, which is why there isn't an English word to describe it. which is probably quite a strong statement about the German culture. Schadenfreude consists of
Never heard of
Schaden,
this.
which means damage or harm, and
Never heard this.
Freude, which means joy. So this is the joy that you feel when someone else gets harmed or fails. So not very nice.
No, I never heard that in my life. Foosball. Foosball's German?
All sports fans should know this
Hey,
one.
hey.
Fußball in German means soccer, or football in British English. Foosball in English refers to the bar game, which we usually call Kicker or Tischfußball in German.
Zeitgeist.
This is another concept that doesn't have its
I don't know this
own
one either.
English translation, just like Schadenfreude, and therefore the German word is used in English and some other languages too. Americans usually say Zeitgeist. In
I have
German
heard
we
it.
pronounce it Zeitgeist.
I just don't know what it
And
means.
this consists of the word Zeit, which means time, and Geist.
Ew. It's like, we have a brewery here in Cincinnati called Rheingeist. Have I already said this on this channel before? Probably.
You might have
Yeah, I
Once.
probably did. Sorry.
drank something.
Okay, so okay, this is finding that what these mean is really cool too.
Which means spirit. So Zeitgeist is the
Rheingeist
spirit
spirit.
of the time, which describes what's
True.
going on culturally, religiously, and intellectually during a certain time period. Woodstock was part of the 1960s Zeitgeist, for example. And in English,
okay.
they even made it an adjective, which we don't even have in German, Zeitgeisty.
Schnapps.
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 This one I also mentioned in my video on alcohol
Yeah, that was
culture. In German, we spell it like this and say Schnaps.
That was
and
French.
It means hard liquor. In English, it's
a
mostly
specific
used
kind.
as part of the name of certain liquors like peppermint schnapps or
Yeah.
peach schnapps.
Which are all
Most
Wunderkind.
popular.
Wunderkind in English, Wunderkind in German.
I said German.
And this literally translates to miracle child. Wunder is miracle, kind is
Ted Lasso.
child.
Yep.
So it describes a person that is very clever or talented
See?
and becomes
Child,
successful
kind,
at a young age.
kindergarten.
One of the most common examples for a Wunderkind is Mozart.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. This
Geist.
looks a little
Why am I
No.
so slow to figure
I
that
know.
out?
Poltergeist, rain.
Germany. Y'all smart. Zeitgeist.
We just
We
didn't
just
put it together.
no, we didn't know.
But now we have.
Maybe that's
we're
why
smarter.
sometimes some German words is like, oh, yeah, Geist, Stein, things like that we can say. For
True.
the first part of the word that we're like, huh? No one told us that one. Poltergeist. Oh my goodness gracious.
little bit similar to Zeitgeist. Poltern means to clatter, and Geist means ghost or spirit, and this particularly describes a ghost that makes noises in the house and moves objects. Whether you believe in that or not
I do not.
is a different story.
Schmutz.
And last but not least, the final word on my list is Schmutz. This one is pronounced
I had no clue that was German.
No, I really didn't either. Schmutz. Really?
I know.
German?
I say that all the time.
Do
Not
you?
all the time.
Do you? I'm like, do you
I say it
really?
sometimes.
Not really.
There for a while, for a couple years, I was saying it a lot.
What about
And
the
you were
word
like, quit
schmuck?
saying it.
Is the word schmuck German too? It's similar sounding. That's
It
all.
does.
Where'd that come from? I know what it means. It's
I
also
don't
gross.
know.
You don't know the meaning of that
We'll
word,
have
do
to
you?
look it up.
You don't know what that word means, do you? Don't
I
ask.
couldn't
Don't say it.
give
Don't
you
say it. Schmutz is German.
and used the same way in both languages.
You got a little
and it
schmutz on
means
you.
Dirt.
Mhm.
And schmutzy in English or schmutzig in German means
Schmutzig.
dirty.
You feel smart or stupid? I feel stupid.
Both. I feel smart because we've already been using a lot of these words, and stupid
Wrong on
because
some of them though.
didn't know that they were German.
Or the
Let's start
meanings
with-
of them.
Yeah.
Huh. Did any of these surprise you? Let us know.
You gonna come up with your sentence?
No, that was your plan. I did that already. I did the thing. I really did enjoy this though. I wanted it to keep going. I didn't want it to stop.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's more. I would have to. Well, I'm sure she would have found them.
Yeah. So let us know if you guys want us to check out some more videos like this one so we can learn more about German words or even how to pronounce them.
And also, I'm really sorry for the pronunciation disaster that I tried there. I was trying. If I could have slowed her down a little bit, maybe. I don't think I could have gotten it. I'm just not good at pronouncing other languages.
hard. It's very hard.
My mouth does its own stupid American thing that it does, and it doesn't like to do anything else. Anyway, but if your hand, be it German, Australian, British, whatever it may be, could hit the like button. That'd be really cool.
And also consider subscribing.
I don't know. I'm trying. I had a lot of fun with that. Feely's great. Love it. And we're going to not stalk her, but accidentally run into her somewhere.
Hopefully we do.
That could happen. I mean, the city's not monstrous. It's not New York City or anything. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you again on the next episode. Until then, please, as always, love like jazz.
And be as strong as Tyson. Bye.
Bye.